Between Lwamba Chileshe and WILLZ Donnelly. Oh, she doesn't. Chileshe to serve.
Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
Alright, well, Tenwa Chileshe with me, watching older brother Lwamba, taking on Willz Donnelly in the men's satellite final here at the Royal Oak Rackets Club. And we're all kind of cuddly here and having to get quite intimate because of the where we are. There's a few people around us, Tim.
Yeah, it's busy. It's been good. This afternoon.
And what are we looking for out of this match? Because yesterday, Willz Donnelly had a 2-hour 20 and a 1 hour 20, that is, and in a 1 hour 6 minute semi-final. So combined it all together, that's about 2 hours and a half. We just thinking that Lwamba's going to try and grind him out, check for a bit of fatigue?
Yeah, I think this first game, Louis is going to look to try and exploit that fatigue. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to play attacking or defensive. He looks quite attacking at the start of this game, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
Remind people that yesterday Willz Donnelly defeated Joel Ascott in 5 marathon games in the quarterfinals, and then in the semi-finals put on another great display to defeat Zach Miller. That was an entertaining contest, full stop. Whereas Lwamba, he had more straightforward matches, albeit that the semi-finals against Elijah ended up with Elijah Thomas injuring his left ankle and quite a nasty fall. So he didn't really have to run around as much at all.
Yeah. Louis hasn't dropped a set yet, so he hasn't really been pushed. So it'll be good to see Willz, really take it to him in this final.
And a couple of comments already. Someone's commented that they love the all-white attire of Willz Donnelly. That's great.
The tennis attire?
Yeah, it is.
Wimbledon.
And if you've got any more comments, feel free to put them through as we continue what has been the Barfoot and Thompson Summer Series of tournaments, albeit a little bit disjointed with the Nipson tournament not quite finished, and Auckland Open switched to late May now. That's officially very nice shot there. So, Tim, as we get into the early stages, 2-3, it really is a bit of a test between the players, isn't it? Let's just see what you've got today. Let's just see how I can.
Let's just see how you're moving. Yeah. It's quite a fast pace at the start of this first set.
Yeah.
I think Louis is trying to keep it quite fast just to test Will's body early on. But he's looking good out there so far.
Very lengthy rally, and
cheeky reverse boast there from the number 1 seed.
Yeah, quite a lengthy rally that he had to wait that long to actually be able to put that shot in.
Yeah.
But that's good patience. That's what you want to do.
That's what you want to do. Yeah. I think he wants to make this quite long, Louis, seeing as Will's had that huge day yesterday.
Nice little lift. We haven't actually seen too much of Willz Donnelly throughout this series so far. I can't recall him playing in Nipson or Henderson.
I think his first tournament of the year was the Whakatane event last weekend. I think he lost to Ben Grinrod. I think it might have been first round. So, this is interesting.
It's good to have
a
newbie as such, albeit that he's not new to anybody, but a newbie into the actual series. Just a little bit of a change.
Yeah.
He's showing some good ability here.
And he's beaten some good players this tournament, so he's obviously on form.
He's had Kashif in his corner there, helping him out with advice. I can't see Kashif. Maybe he's in the crowd somewhere, but I can't quite see him today. makes the most of. We haven't seen too many shots just yet hitting the back wall, only just a couple. Maybe the players haven't quite got their depth as yet.
Yeah, it looks quite dead in those back corners, so I think if you can get it there, you can step up and then try and look to volley like Louis just did in that rally.
And I think we have a little bit of the Barfoot and Thompson sign appears to have just fallen down a bit. I think that was actually from Lana Harrison's forehand earlier on in the third and fourth playoff against. Yeah, she's kind of dented the sign quite a bit actually. You see where people hit it. So I'm sure we'll be able to get that back up before the women's final. And of course the women's final will be Emma Miller. Ooh. Played the ball straight back at himself. The women's final, as we said, Emma Miller, the top seed, up against Caitlin Watts. It'll be interesting to see just Caitlin Watts, how far she can come back after around about a year away from the sport.
Yeah, her first tournament back was that Whakatane last weekend as well. I think she lost out to Amanda in the semis or quarters.
Just a bit unfortunate. And wanted to play the ball back hard, but the angle that he chose was basically hitting both of them. Something quite difficult to do.
Yeah.
So maybe now just a couple of those errors coming in. We just saw one from WILLZ Donnelly and even a couple of errors from the Lwamba as well. Always tends to be the case that later in the set rather than the beginning.
Yeah. I think that fast pace might be just starting to kick in. Good whip there from WILLZ. It's a good rally here.
Nice recovery. That's the second time he's done that. I mean, maybe he should be driving it down the wall more than actually trying to come back into the centre of the court.
Yeah. It's going to be the third time Louis hit the corner in the first set.
Another fast-paced rally. Did he pick it up? No, he didn't. So he's had a couple of opportunities so far as Lwamba to actually take this first game. But some good play from WILLZ on that one, just picking up the ball short and then another little drop and almost.
When WILLZ is being quite patient,
Yeah.
he's having some good rallies.
It's almost like his game has developed from a year or so ago, where he's picked up a lot of patience and it was a good boast. Well, yeah, well done. That's a nice shot to finish it off. So the first game there to LWAMBA CHILESHE. That's a Well, we're back now for the beginning of the second game, and someone from the club's about to put the sign up. There's a little bit of a delay there, so I think the players have a little bit of a hit.
I think the player said it was fine.
No, they're okay with it? Okay. I'm sure it'll get sort of put back up before the women's final or in between the next change. But in the meantime, Tenwa, that the first game there, there was no real pattern, but we did see some good rallying and some good positional play from WILLZ Donnelly. But in the end, Lwamba just coming through, and I think that might be what we're going to see today. You know, WILLZ playing some good rallies, looking for the position, but maybe the mind's not willing as the body might be today after all of the squash yesterday?
Yeah. He's lifting really well under pressure, so I think he's got quite a good game plan. But all Louis' shots are just coming out.
And we do have Paul Ascott says hi, Panda. And,
hey, Paulie, good to see you here watching. From the sunny Brisbane.
Yeah, sunny Brisbane. Well, it's sunny in Auckland, although we're inside. Oh, corner there.
This is a great rally.
I'm liking the change of pace.
Yeah. I have to say, Willz might have one of the best lobs out of all the people playing the summer series, I'd say. He lifts the ball really well under pressure.
That was tight on the line, wasn't it?
That was, yeah. Great rally there.
Yeah, it was great. A real shame I had to finish on the stroke.
Yeah.
There was all that work from both players.
Kind of looked like Louis went to volley and then hit it off the floor and then miss hit that one.
And a question as well from one of our viewers as the ball seems to be flying pretty fast, although that might be the heading. What's the court temperature? It's not that it's not warm, is it?
No, it's not overly warm today.
Particularly for this time of the day. We're getting near the end of March, so I'm not going to give it a temperature. However, it is. It'll be a nice playing temperature, I think.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. I mean, the ball is flying, but it is quite dead in the back corners.
But compared to, say, other courts like, say, Eden, North Shore or Henderson, some of the other tournaments that we've used or will be using, how does this compare in the corners? Because I know that at Henderson there was a particular corner
it was very dead. Even in the front corners at Henderson, it was really dead. But Eden Epsom, I'd say it's quite similar conditions.
Right. Okay.
Low roof like Eden Epsom.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always something about this roof. You just sort of look at it and go, really?
Yeah.
There's something that you look at it, you can't always figure it out. Just about a misstep there from Lwamba, but managed to recover nicely. Now back in the rally. Oh, that's good work. Again, very patient in the rally. There was a lifted ball onto the backhand, and quite a hard shot to hit. It's fine to go cross-court on it, but he steadied himself on that.
Yeah, he did well there. A lot longer rallies at the start of the second game. I think this will be testing the body of both players.
Particularly Willz after his efforts yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, this will be... I can't recall Willz winning a Satellite previously. He may have, but... Oh, gee.
Hit out 3-4.
All right, well, let's now see if any more unforced errors like that come into his game
Yeah.
as we start to get deeper into the second. And that's what Lwamba will be looking for and hoping for. You know, he's probably thinking, I've worked this guy around a lot. Give me a break.
Yeah.
I don't know whether he thinks that in his mind or not. What goes through his head?
Hard to know.
He's your brother.
Yeah.
That's a good shot. What happened there was we saw a nice shot by Willz right into that corner and kept it so deep that it was very difficult for Lwamba to come back, and then he tried to just sort of drift it back and it didn't have enough power onto it.
Yeah.
And a fair call on that one.
Yeah,
Tim, you know, it shouldn't have been a stroke there. He was getting
No.
out the way, but
Yeah. I think just for safety. Good call there.
well, he's not letting go, is he?
No, it's not.
He's really not letting go.
He's doing well here.
If body language says anything, he was looking a little bit tired then, but we'll just wait and see on that one. There's a few little puffs going on, but we are having long rallies at the present time. Well played.
Good shot there. Lucky to hit the.
So who's the
front.
fittest out of you and Lwamba?
Definitely Louis. He's definitely the fittest out
Okay.
of me and Louis. I think recently he hasn't had much match play because of his ankle, so he might be lacking a bit of fitness at the moment. But no, traditionally, definitely.
I mean, do
Louis
you go
gets
for
the
a
edge.
5k run, 10k run, or however many Ks?
We used to. Now we are on the bike quite a lot. But I think his best 5k is 17 minutes something, late 17. So it's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's not so bad at all.
Yeah, it's quite good. It's a great lob there.
Well, we're seeing 2 or 3 points now. In fact, the last 3 points that Willz has either hit one winner, then got a shot right into the back, and then one error from Lwamba. So 3 in a row is make that 4. Well, that's 4 quick points to Willz.
Yeah,
where he
yeah.
hasn't had to necessarily do a lot.
No.
Box 9-5.
Again, probably a good fair call. Wasn't too much in it. Nice running by Willz Donnelly so far.
It's interesting because it actually looks like Louis the one who's made the unforced errors in the middle section of this game. Oh, it's a great recovery.
So just taking his time walking to the ball. Not in any hurry, Willz Donnelly. Why would you be?
I think if I was him, I'd be wanting to take as much time
You've got a game ball
as
as
I could.
well.
Yeah.
Several. Nice play. Very good controlled rally to win that second game from WILLZ Donnelly. And we are at 1 game all in this, the men's satellite final at the Royal Oak PSA. And an intriguing contest so far. We're into the start of the third game of this, the men's Royal Oak PSA Satellite. Of course, we do have the women's PSA Challenger coming up after this. The final there will be between Emma Miller and Caitlin Watts. Tua Chileshe, your brothers just faded a little bit there in the second game. In fact, there was about 4 or 5 points in a row that he lost. A couple of them unforced errors and also some good recovery and good play from WILLZ Donnelly as well. It's going to be a really interesting third.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game actually to see if WILLZ can keep this up.
Well, this first point, very high tempo, and somehow that ball stayed in. Nice.
See, that's where WILLZ needs to just keep his head and keep it going.
I mean, that's the thing, though. You know, you played about 30 shots. Come on, you want to finish it on the 31st. Oh, was he okay?
I actually like that call because I do think he could have got that ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
But it's a tough one because he did put himself in that position as well, and Louis took his space. So tough call to make there, but
yeah, I mean, it didn't deserve a stroke.
no.
I mean, no real complaints there from the players.
From
and just,
both players.
yeah. Let's carry on. Court still looks a little slippery, though.
Yeah, you have to be quite careful there.
Yeah. Drive through. Good shot.
Louis looking really calm out there.
Down the backhand wall. Oh, nice. Well, nice idea, but not really that well executed. in the
Yeah,
end.
not quite executing that one.
But, you know, it was just a series of about 5 or 6 down the backhand wall and then looking for the shot across.
I mean, a lot of WILLZ errors are actually, I'd say they're the right shot,
Yeah.
but he just needs to play with a little bit less risk.
Was Lwamba doing all the running in this particular rally?
Yeah.
Staying in it, though. I like how WILLZ really tries to move to the tee and control a point from there. Little bump of the bodies there. Well, after this
great
point,
rally,
they're going to
yeah.
need a rest, aren't they? I'd sleep for a week after this.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. A really well constructed point.
2-3.
And that's just to get to 2-3.
Yeah.
It's still got a long way to go.
Still a long way to go.
What we've had in the last 2 rallies is a couple of great shots to finish off a couple of winners.
Yeah.
It's-
And that's what you need to produce, isn't it,
Yeah.
to win a rally?
that's got to be pleasing for the players, that they know they can hit winners.
Yeah.
It's not just waiting for the opposition to make a mistake. The post there, a lot of angle on that. So if anybody's got any comments, any thoughts on how the players are playing, feel free to put them through. Or if you've got any thoughts on who's going to win this, because we have no idea. Also, any thoughts on the women's final as well? That's Emma Miller against Caitlin Watts. Oh. And just trying too much there, Willz Donnelly. You get to a certain stage in the point and just kind of push it too much. The thing is, on a shot like that, he looked as though he had it won.
Yeah.
It was just like...
He lined it up.
Yeah, exactly. You're sort of like, oh yeah, oh no. That's a really good shot. How would you describe that shot? Was it a slice backhand?
Slice backhand, good hold. Moved his body, showed a bit of threat.
So pretty much
good execution, really.
So that pretty much would have been a textbook shot to do. You know, how to describe or how to show how to do that slice backhand. That was it.
Exactly.
Are you going to go?
Oh. Wills.
It wasn't a given shot, but it's one of those shots that you want to make, a smash from back there.
Yeah.
And it's the shot that I think most players want to hit because it just feels so good when it comes
so good,
off.
yeah. That jump in the air and then yeah.
Well, there hasn't been too much discussion from the players, and I don't think we've had any real questions aside from a look.
It's hard from the look from
Which
Louis.
is
From
great.
both players, actually, yeah. It's good to have free flowing squash.
Yeah. I don't think you
That's
can go
where
for that.
Louis really lethal there. And that forehand volley drop.
Yeah, just don't hit the sign, it's going to fall down completely. Oh.
6-7.
Well, it's been a bit of a mix and match so far in this third game. Some beautiful winners, and we've seen a few of them. And then just trying to push too much, and then we get the unforced error as well. So Paul's saying Louis in 4.
Paul's saying Louis in 4, so there's our first prediction.
Yep, there you
Has
go.
anyone else got any more?
Which makes sense in a way because we've seen Willz Donnelly play 2 big 5-gamers yesterday. Well, that's not going to help. That hit the ground about 3 meters before the actual wall.
Yeah. They've both done that one now on the forehand volley. Great rally here.
And Will's holding his position very well. But the way that Lwamba came back has forced him to move and drop again. And slowed right down. Now you can just see.
8 all left box.
Oh, Willz perhaps looking a bit more tired. I'm not going to say it's gamesmanship because I think he is probably very tired. Both players should be after that rally.
He's hanging in there really
Yeah.
well, isn't he? So
I'm pleasantly surprised, but gee, he's going to feel like garbage after this match.
yeah.
Hey, if you win the title, it doesn't matter. Oh. Yeah, if you win the title, it doesn't matter. But what we noticed there is the ball hit the glass and then just dropped almost straight down.
Yeah.
Hardly bounced off.
I think that's when you can see the deadness in that court.
So a nice little fight there.
10-8. Left box. Game ball.
Gee, this is, again, he hasn't won it yet, but this is a nice surprise in many ways for WILLZ Donnelly to have the game ball in the second game. I would have said that this, I'm making the third game, sorry, I would have said that Lwamba will, no that,
Hand out. 19.
well, they're looking for a towel, I don't think there is one. There is. So Tim, he's had one game ball so far, got another one now, but gee, I've been really impressed with WILLZ Donnelly
Yeah, he's playing
and the way he's
really
just
well.
hung in there and just forced Lwamba to win the points.
Yeah, I think
not
Louis,
been- no
I think
giveaways.
he's done well with just being really patient and making Louis try and work for the points, and it's just I think Louis hitting a few tins.
Well, just taking his time there with the towel. Let's see what can happen now. It is Lwamba's serve, but it is still the advantage to WILLZ. That's a great shot to finish on. What a great shot to finish the game on, and to take the second, make it the third game, to have a two-game.
11-9. The game's, he needs 2 games.
Well, plenty of advice for both players, with WILLZ Donnelly getting a few words down the tunnel from the chef, and Lwamba, well, quite a lot of words from John Duggan and also Joel Ascott as well. Plenty to think about, although in some ways, Tim, you don't really want to think too much, you want to do what comes natural on the court.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage in the match, I think it'd be good to have a few pointers, but I think a lot of it's just going to be.
Do you
based on
think
what
about
wanna do.
tactics when you play? Think,
Yeah,
I've got to
a
do
lot.
this, I've got to do this, or do you just
Yeah, with,
tune out?
with my game, I have to really focus on my game plan when I'm playing. I'm that sort of player who can get distracted very easily. So I kind of know what I need to do on the court when I go on. And then between the games, it's just kind of reiterating those points.
Because there's some players, I'm sure, definitely a few, who, when they get on court, it's just white line fever, or in this case, red line. They just switch to whatever comes natural, which must be frustrating as a coach.
Yeah.
And Paul Ascott, well, since his first prediction didn't end well, is now going Louis in 5. You keep changing, Paul.
That's good chat, Paul.
A little bit of support coming through for WILLZ as well, from, as we said, Surf City, also from Simo Old as well. Well, we had this in the last game as well, that Lwamba had a couple of points lead, but some good fighting ability from WILLZ Donnelly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really impressed by that. Good variety in his game as well during the points.
I think Willz just needs to stay strong. Keep the ball out of the tin.
That's a better point.
4-1.
And Todd Redmond, thank you, Todd. We knew you'd say Eastern all day. Todd, very well known around New Zealand squash circles at giving a bit of lip, whether it's to Paul Cole or whether it's to anybody.
Right shots play there.
6-1.
Oh, a decent lead this time. You know, it's great to have that 5-point lead, but you just got to finish it off, and that's been really difficult. Willz has just hung around like a...
Oh, looks like Willz is tactically having a rest game here, so the fifth will be interesting, I think.
Holly, I don't know about Willz in 4 because he's going to have to do an almighty comeback in this one. Keep coming through with your thoughts. Some of your predictions, well, I hope you're not putting any money on anything because so far some of them haven't been great. Oh, interesting post. That wasn't your most orthodox shot, but it's... Oh. And then
2-7.
just taking his time, hanging on the glass there, trying to tell himself just take it easy, I don't have to force it. Still a decent lead. Yeah. Thinking, no, getting an extra point here and there.
But this is what Willz has been good at the whole match, isn't it? Just starting a bit slow, but...
Yeah, Willz, you probably don't need to go quite through with the fall, but he's okay. We did actually see a few dives yesterday, and they were actually from Caitlin Watts. She was sprawled out on the court a couple of times, threw herself out the ball. That was in her 4-game win over Lana Harrison. Yeah, she didn't hesitate throwing herself around the court.
Yeah, she likes the old dive, Caitlin Watts.
Yeah.
Is that the women's final, is it? Caitlin and Emma?
That was in the semi yesterday, but you know, when she takes on Emma this afternoon, that'll be quite fun. Emma hasn't lost in New Zealand. That's out. Emma hasn't lost in New Zealand since the Auckland Champs last year, so she's got a fairly decent domestic record. And of course, for both of them, it will be their first challenger title. Alright, so this 4th game is right through. And that is the 4th game. And as we start the 5th game of this men's final, LWAMBA CHILESHE against WILLZ DONNELLY. Pretty much it's anybody's guess what's going to happen in the 5th. It was a strong 4th game from LWAMBA. And a good-sized crowd around, and of course they've got the women's challenger final after this as well, so plenty of squash coming up. Feel free to let us know who you think is going to win, because really it's really difficult. We had a little bit of a lax in that 4th from WILLZ DONNELLY after LWAMBA got out to a fairly decent lead, about 7-1 at one stage, or fairly close to it. And Tenwa, what does Willz have to do to win this?
Just got to hang in there.
Right, and
just
what
keep
about
the ball out of the tin and try and stay forward, I think. Because when he's up on that tee, he's quite hard to read and he's quite good.
And for LWAMBA, again, patience or
Patience, I'd say, yeah. Kind of for both of them, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Keep the
is.
ball out of the tin. Making Willz work though as well, because he'll be tired.
Oh, that's a nice shot. It's very well weighted. He weighted in the point. Very good weight on the ball as well. Let's give it right back in the corner. That was almost behind the back. Oh, that's 2 in a row. Oh, whichever way it goes, the crowd has enjoyed themselves, and hopefully anybody watching on the live stream is as well. Feel happy to send through a bit of banter.
Yeah.
Team Wise happy to answer it.
I would love to hear some banter, so keep the comments coming in.
Yeah, I'm sure Todd Redmond will come up with some more.
It's a great shot there from Willz.
It kind of got jammed into the wall and then just kept so low you couldn't really do anything with it.
I think those kills are working really well on this court. It's quite a dead court. So Willz taking it in well there. Want to see more of those?
And you're saying that Lwamba has won 7 satellites?
7 satellites, yeah.
Seems to have control of this rally so far. Missed the lob.
Did Willz win that Taupo satellite last year?
That might have been it.
Or was it Zach that won that? Oh, Zach won that.
Zach won that?
Sorry,
Okay.
my apologies. So this could be Willz's first satellite title, if he can get over the line.
Temptation is there when you're going forward to the ball on your
Yeah.
forehand. There's such a temptation to just smash through it, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a great touch there from Will. I actually thought he was going straight there, so that would have got me too.
It's next 5-1.
So do you think, Dave, there's been a difference in the start by both players at the start of this 5th game?
Well, the last 2 games in particular, obviously, we saw the big lead in the last game by Lwamba, and he continued with that. And then so far in this game, he's just been able to get those couple points. Well, in fact, he's hit 3 winners.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
And I think that any game you're playing, any set you're playing, if you can hit 3 winners early on, then your confidence is there as well. And as we say that,
2-5.
hits one right back at himself.
Yeah.
The stroke, the curse. I also think that we're probably seeing a little bit of fatigue come into Willz now. After his 2 big 5 gamers yesterday.
I mean, I'm really impressed with the backup by Willz in this tournament. Like, just there, those are tough movements to make after a huge day like yesterday.
3-5.
I actually think that Lwamba has a bit more trouble in the shots when they're close to his body.
Yeah.
He's got a good reach, so when anything's within a good swing, fine. But when things are closer to his body, and some players play it better than others.
Yeah.
Just whether it's that he's not quite doing a little shuffle away from the ball to give himself the space.
And out. 6-3.
There's been not just so much in this particular match, but in other matches as well. Something's coming a bit more to his body.
And I think last year when he came back from the UK, that was something he really improved on.
Listen, another winner in this particular game.
7-3.
That's about the 4th winner. that one up.
Big rally here.
We didn't need to say much during that rally. There was very good patience from both players, and then a good shot to kick in the end.
Yeah, great length. And subtle squash there. Cheers, Toddy, for that comment.
Todd Redmond saying vintage Eastern fitness about to kick in. We like it.
I mean, Willz isn't dropping off, is he?
Not really.
He still
no.
looks physically.
We saw a few
fine.
Good winners from Lwamba in this fifth game. That really helped.
Yeah, that's what I'm
To
saying.
start with.
I think Louis actually stepped up in this game. I don't actually think Willz has dropped off, so.
That one just clearing the 10.
And out 5-8.
Nice Remy. What does that mean, Dave?
I'm
Nice
not
Remy ashore, or
maybe nice rally.
maybe?
Typo. I'm not sure, but we'll take it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Thought it was some sort of code I wasn't aware of from
Yeah.
squash PSA players.
It's lit.
Not sure if they're referring to Remy ashore or a rally, so.
Yeah. Well, we'll say it's nice rally. Yes, it was a very good rally. As we continue after Lwamba had a decent lead again in this the fifth. Again, Willz Donnelly just clawing his way back in. Really playing the front wall on the forehand quite a lot now, both players. Trying to take the pace off the ball.
I think that might be one of the first lobs Willz has hit out, actually. That's how consistent he's been in this match.
So trying all sorts of angles as well. Great, the variety. Oh,
10-5. Match ball.
got through the match ball. There, take that match ball.
And out 6-10. Match ball.
Great backhand volley drop there from Willz.
Nice shot to finish on. A good winner there. Forehand. Well done to Willz and well done to Lwamba, whose 7th PSA Satellite title. And Willz, great battle. Gee, he's got to be tired. You know, 2 5-gamers yesterday and 1 5-gamer now.